own. I'm ready to move on. Don't try to hold me down. No, no, no. I'm fighting on my own. I'm ready to move on. Don't try to hold me down. Standing on my own, I'm ready to move on. Don't try to hold me down. No, no, no. Fighting on my own, I'm ready to move on. Don't try to hold me down. Standing on my own, I'm ready to move on. Don't try to hold me down. No. Fighting on my own, I'm ready to move on. Don't try to hold me down. Standing on my own, I'm ready to move on. Don't try to hold me down. No, no, no. Fighting on my own, I'm ready to move on. Don't try to hold me down. Fighting on my own, I'm ready to move on. Don't try to hold me down. Standing on my own, I'm ready to move on. Don't try to hold me down. No, no. Fighting on my own, I'm ready to move on. Don't try to hold me down. Ba, 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 ba. Yes. Fighting on my own, I'm ready to move on. Don't try to hold me down. No, no. Fighting on my own, I'm ready to move on. Don't try to hold me down. Fighting on my own, ready to move on. Don't goodbye. Even though it is my song, it's still bop. Yes. Anywho, this is your girl, Creole Butterfly, Libra Butterfly, Coco 9 to 9, coming to you from the great state of Kentucky, where the women are beautiful and the horses are fast, or the horses are beautiful and the women are fast. It just really depends on what you darn like. I want to say happy birthday, happy anniversary, happy quinceañera, happy bar mitzvah to Lottie Dottie and every darn body that's celebrating something today, which is February the 9th, 2024. Okay. And smooches, you know I am the Oprah of the what? Smooches. You get a smooch, you get a smooch, you get a smooch. Everybody gets a darn blessed smooch. And let me say, thank you to all of my subbies. Yes, I love you guys. You know, and let me give you a kiss. Mwah. There you go. Hopefully you feel love today and a little warm on the inside. Hey, Simply Living Boo. Hey, thank you for coming over. I haven't had a cup of coffee in 2 days. Oh, girl. We ain't doing that with you. No, we ain't doing that with you. Don't worry, I'm gonna have another cup for both of us. Okay, I already had one, and I came on early because I have to leave to go get my daggone rib tips. Today is eat day. Yesterday I didn't eat no meat so that I could eat meat today. Like I watch my meat consumptions, y'all, because yeah. And I'm craving rib tips and been craving rib tips. So I said today, by being Friday, I'm gonna go hook up these tips. Okay. And come back home, and today is gonna be just tip day, relax day. I'm just gonna watch a whole bunch of movies. Like today's gonna be a really bad day to eat. You know, just yeah. We doing all type of tips. I always get my sauce on the side because I like to dip my sauce. I like to really be in control of my own sauce, if that makes sense. Okay, hey 300. So yes. So anyway, y'all, let me tell y'all. Let's get on this. Let's get on this because I don't want to be on here too long. Shout out to the content creator that let me up on his panel today, Mr. Jay Wilson. I appreciate you allowing me up there to discuss different things, especially politics. I try to keep that muscle sharp in every now and then so that I won't, yeah. So anywho, let me tell y'all. Let's get into it. I don't want to prolong it. Let's get into it. I'm gonna show y'all something. Let me bring this up. Bum, 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 bum. Oh. Okay, let me do this one first. This is from the Black Breakfast Club. Shout out to the Breakfast Club. Uh, okay, let me see. Bum, 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 okay, here we go, right here. I'm making a point with this, y'all. I'm making a point. Okay, here we go. Okay, let me see. Right here. All right, check us out.
As I said, it's because in the mid 60s, Lyndon Johnson launched what he called the War on Poverty. In Charlemagne, literally, they sent social workers door to door in the inner city. I remember this, advising women of the availability of welfare provided there was no man in the house. It created this economic incentive for women to marry the government. Same thing with whites. In 1965, 8% of whites entered the world without a father in the home married to the mother. Now it's about 25%, also up threefold. Look at census data, 1910, 1920, 1930, in places like Milwaukee, Chicago, Philadelphia. A young black kid was slightly more likely to be brought into a world with a father in the home married to the mother than a young white kid. We have incentivized this kind of bad behavior, and it's had a disproportionately bad effect on the black community.
Let me ask you a question. What do white people do wrong?
Listen.
What do you mean? What do white people do? I'm not worried about white people. I'm worried about what's going on with us.
But if there's systemic racism in this country, which we know it is.
No, I don't say there is. You say there is. I don't believe that.
Oh, you don't believe
that? There used to be, obviously.
He don't believe that it is systemic racism in the world. That's dangerous. That is dangerous, you guys. This on the outside black man, because we know our kinfolk, our skin folk ain't not kinfolk. But this man, this black on the outside, is saying that there is no systemic racism. I digress.
Tell me what you think the number one systemic example of systemic racism is in America.
Oh man, there's so
Just
many.
give me the most important one you think.
At the top of mind, I probably maybe say mass incarceration. Maybe.
Really? And
Unfortunately, Charlemagne the God let me down right there. He made a good statement and then didn't have any data to follow it up with. Yes, mass incarceration. Okay, but how about when he would have asked me that, I would have said, how about we getting shot down in the middle of the street by those that's paid to protect and serve us even when our hands is up? See, it rolls off the tongue. It's like butter. It's like butter. It rolls off the tongue. You know what I'm saying? Anywho, moving forward. Here we go. Let's listen.
During the Great Depression, when 50% of Black adults were unemployed, you didn't have this kind of mass incarceration. It's to break down the family.
I'm not going to. I agree with the family part. I'm a Black man who is a father to his children, and I'm a happily married Black man to a Black woman. So I'm never going to argue with that part, you know. But I just feel like everything is black with you. Black is wrong. Black people do this and Black people do that. And when I asked you what white people do wrong, you said you're not worried about white people at all.
I'm talking about the damage, disproportionate damage going on in the Black community. For example, look at these smash and grabs that are taking place in Los Angeles, where I live. There's a suburb called Glendale, where at a mall recently, a mob of 30 to 40 people, they had masks on, but one guy got popped. He was Black. I think most of those who were doing this were Black.
Did you hear that? They had masks on. But he said one person out of all them people got popped, and the one person was Black. So he automatically put that code on us. They gotta be Black because one person got popped that was Black. Are you freaking kidding me? Are you freaking kidding me? Okay, let's carry on.
And in recent years and times, there have been a number of these in places like Chicago, places like New York. If I were involved in something like that, Charlemagne, I grew up with a dad, just as you're raising your own children. I would have been more afraid of my father than I would about the cops catching me. These kids are afraid of neither. They don't have a father in the home. Cops are demoralized. They're pulling back. Their manpower is short. And as a result, you tell a bad guy you're less likely to be caught, convicted, incarcerated, crime goes up. They may be criminals, but they're not stupid. When you say,
now, that's why I said this is kind of dangerous, because I somewhat agree with that. I feel like that there should be a positive man in the child's life, regardless if it's the uncle, the granddad, the dad. You know, it should be. It should be. With a lot of women always say, we don't need no man. I don't know about you. You laugh correct. Ain't nothing better than my African-American brothers. Okay? I'm just saying. I love me Black men. And the darker the berry, the sweeter the juice, Lord, today. I would never be one of them women talking about, we don't need no, let's get rid. No. We do need them too. We're absolute. Black men are very much necessary. Now, I don't know who done told you wrong. They very much necessary. No matter how you want to be. Even when I was a single mother, I could actually be a single mother, but I couldn't be a single man. No matter how much of a good single mother I was, I still couldn't walk those shoes as a man. It's something about when a real man step up. It's something about when a real man walk in. It's something about when a real man steps in the house, everything comes to order. Everything. And I know y'all pissed off at me, women, and you just, it's better to be pissed off than pissed on. You feel me? I gotta tell the truth. We never tell the truth about these things. Yes, if we have to do it, we can. Yes, we've proven if we have to do it, we can. But for the most part, y'all, we are now seeing how the absence of a Black male role model in these kids' lives is showing up. You gotta admit that. Hey, Life with Jamelia. What's going on, boo? Thank you for coming over. What you say? Yes, you love Black men too. I'm trying to told you. Man, don't get no better than that. I don't care what you say. Here we go.
Say, what do white people do? I mean, this is a country that has struggled mightily to get over its historic racism. There was a civil war. There was a big civil rights movement. This is the only majority white country that's ever elected a black president, let alone reelected a black president. The three biggest cities in America are New York, Chicago, LA. They all have black mayors, even though no city has a majority of black population. The president of Harvard is a black female. Martin Luther King in 1966, Charlemagne, gave an interview.
He's saying because we have black people in different offices across the spectrum that there is no systemic racism. That's the point he's trying to make. That's a flawed point, okay? That's a flawed point. I don't know where this man's been living. Okay, let me hurry up because them rib tips is calling.
Interview to the BBC. This is 2 years after the Civil Rights Act of '64 got passed. He said, "I'm amazed at how many positive changes there have been in America in the last 2 years. Why, if things keep going like this, we could have a black president in about 40 years' time." Do the math. Right on cue, Barack Obama elected 2008. He didn't say there'll be a black female president of Harvard, and there has been. He didn't say there are going to be black CEOs of Fortune 500 companies, and there have been several. He didn't say the percentage of the House would equal the percentage of black people in the population, and it does. He didn't say the three largest cities would have black mayors, and they do. He didn't say the largest and most prestigious organization of doctors, the American Medical Association, would have 2 black presidents.
Here's the thing, y'all. Have we made some strides in America? Yes, we have. But it's not enough for us to say we don't need no more. It's not enough for us to say things have changed. No, they haven't. You know what? Will Smith said something. He said, racism is not just now happening. It's just now being recorded. And that's the truth. We're beginning to see things over the last maybe 4 or 5 years. We begin to catch things that we wouldn't normally catch when it came to our quote unquote people who's trying to oppress us. It's just being recorded now. That's it. So if it's being recorded, it's being exposed. So this guy right here, he's very dangerous. He's very dangerous. Okay. And I'm almost through with this one. Hey, TC.
He didn't say the most prestigious organization of lawyers, the American Bar Association, would have 2 black presidents, and they have. He said president, meaning at that point, I can feel that I've reached the mountaintop, which is the speech he gave right before he got assassinated, the day before. And now we act as if Barack Obama never even got elected. And we're still talking about systemic racism. It's not fair. It's wrong. And you're discouraging black people from working hard. 1990.
Okay. Mr. Elder, quick question. Let's just remove the word racism, since that seems to be a word that triggers, a conversation down the water hole. Let's just focus on the word system.
Okay.
You mentioned that the system was the one that discouraged. And again, we have no problem with agreeing that the black family should certainly has some room for some improvement. But let's just focus on system.
Room for improvement?
System. Well, we're not going to go down that water. We're not going to go down that water hole. Let's get to the question. So the question is, you said that the system encouraged black women to be single mothers, correct?
I said the welfare state, yes.
The welfare, the system. So who's in charge of the system?
Who's
in charge of the system?
Well, it was Democrats that passed it.
And who were Democrats? Were they black or white at that time?
Well, at the time, majority of black people were Democrats, as the majority of black people are Democrats now.
Not the voters. I'm talking about the system. Remember, the main idea is the word system. Who was in charge of the system at the time? The Democrats at the time, the system. I'm just going to Charlemagne's point about white or black. Was it white Democrats?
And here's the thing, y'all. As far as the system is concerned, that's why we can never be racist. We don't control any systems. We may be prejudiced, and we can be that like everybody else, but as far as racist, we can't. Racist or racism is those that's empowered over a system, who can make laws, who can change things to better their people. I don't know what he's thinking. This guy is... Who child? Anyway, let's move forward.
Democrats in charge of the system, or black Democrats in charge of the system?
Well, if you're prepared to say that Lyndon Johnson did this viciously with an intent to destroy the black family, I disagree. He did it with the best of intentions. And if you look at the New York Times, which is left wing, the Washington Post, which is left wing, they cheered all of this.
Right. And what I'm asking was it white people? So I'm going to ask again in case my mic's not coming through clearly. Was it white people in charge of the system or black people in charge of that system that helped break down the black family? It's a simple, yes, just a simple question, white or black?
Well, you didn't have to go on welfare unless you voluntarily chose to go on welfare.
Oh my God. So now it's our fault because we wanted to feed our children at that time. Let me tell y'all, I remember part of this when I was younger. And I remember there was women who still were married who hid their mates' clothes and shoes once a month when the government came around to make sure there was no man in your house, because they knew how vital it was that the father, the husband, still been there to help raise the children. So they would have the father remove his clothes or his shoes when they came around to look in your house to make sure there was no presence of a man there. That to me, now that was wrong. That was systematically wrong. But they felt like if you had a man there, he should have been able to take care of his responsibilities. Okay, he should have been able to pay all the bills. You shouldn't need welfare and all this and stuff like that. However, they didn't say the majority of the black men were not being hired. And if they was being hired, they were being hired as a car detailer that wasn't paying anything, a window washer, a janitor, which was causing the family to suffer economically a little worse than they would have been had they not took the money out of food stamps that was given to the person. Now, not all of them decided to do that. Some men on their own decided, you know what, I'm not going to cause my family to suffer. Since they want to give y'all that, I just bounce, feed my kids, and I catch them when I catch them. You know? So, I mean, just think, you between a rock and a hard place. What is he talking about? Okay, moving forward. Hold on, let me see.
The inducement was put there by Democrats, by the left.
Correct. Okay.
Well, most black people were Democrats, and they voted for these white people.
Not too. Voters. I said, who's in charge of the system?
Well, who puts them in charge?
Was Lyndon Johnson white or black?
Who put them in charge?
Maybe that'll help you.
Fine. Lyndon Johnson was white.
Thank you.
Okay. But if your argument is that the reason he did it is because of racism, then I disagree. He did it because of
That's not my argument. I just asked you a simple question. Was he white or black? Charlamagne?
And Mr. Elder, you said you talked about the smash and grabs, right? And I find that interesting because when you see the mass shootings that happen, majority of those people are white males. What do you think about that?
Actually, if you look at the percentage of whites in America, which is 60%, percentage of mass shooters is under that. Percentage of people that commit hate crime is under that. Percentage of people who are serial killers is under that. Black people are 13% of the population. We commit a greater percentage compared to that of mass shootings.
We talked about the smash and grabs, though. So I was saying, since you're using that as an example, I'm saying, well, what about the mass shooters that are usually white males?
One more time, they are usually white males because 60% of the country is white. However, they underrepresent in terms of the number of mass shootings.
You know what? This guy, he makes my neverminds hurt. So I can only take him in small doses. Let me get to the other one. Because Charlamagne the God did end up giving him Donkey of the Day. And we appreciate Charlamagne the God for that. We do. Sometimes he don't get it right, but he got it right on this one. That man, he has a comprehension problem. I know that's right, TC. It's just, oh my goodness. Y'all, people like that is actually scary. Okay, they really are. Here we go, right here. And shout out to the Breakfast Club as well. Let me see. Hold on. Okay, here we go. Let's listen.
So we're filing an emergency injunction to get you up there. This is absolutely BS. One of the candidates, by the way, offered a $20 gift certificate for a $1 donation. Apparently, okay. Yep. Another one offered a free, air quotes, country western concert for a $1 donation. That apparently is okay. It is designed, in my opinion, to make sure that Ron DeSantis is the nominee, anybody other than Trump. This is BS. I will see you in Milwaukee. Out.
Oh, Larry Elder taking down the whole CNB. Listen, man, the next GOP debate is September 27th at a library named after Larry Elder's favorite president, Ronald Reagan. The Ronald Reagan Presidential Library. And it's in California, Larry Elder's homestead. I don't think Larry Elder should sue because I don't believe it's the system holding back. I believe he just has to work harder. Okay, you and your social media team and everyone who enjoyed you destroying the.
You see how it's the system because he wasn't put on the ballot. He didn't get enough. He's supposed to get at least, I think, $4,000 to be able to put on the ballot, at least $1 from every person. And he didn't make the cut to be on the ballot. So now it's the system that's keeping him back. But remember, it's not the system that has kept, Africans in America back. It's not the system at all. It's us. All of a sudden now it's the system. Imagine that. Here we go again.
The Breakfast Club last week to simply have to work harder, boots to ground. And when those boots hit the ground, grab those bootstraps and pull yourself up, okay? You can't whine and complain about a system being rigged if you don't want Black Americans whining and complaining about systemic racism, okay? Hello. Then you have to continue to lead by example, all right? Okay, and you can't complain about the RNC system either. Now, you're not making this an issue of race because you don't believe in systemic racism, and I don't believe this is an issue of race. It's an issue of corruption because that's what politics are. There's corruption on both sides, Democrat and Republican. But like I said to you, when you were here, one party seems to still care about democracy. The other is leaning towards fascism. And by your own admission, it's a rigged system. That's what happens in a fascist society. Okay, Johnson also says he wants to sue the RNC. He said in a statement that the RNC knew who they wanted on the stage from the beginning and who they wanted to ban from the stage. And this is...
Yeah. Let's fast forward a little bit.
Larry, I have very little patience for the message of victimhood you are currently peddling. Please let Remy Ma give Larry Elder the biggest hee-haw.
Hee-haw. You stupid motherfucker. Are you dumb?
I'm genuinely disappointed that you can't destroy the Breakfast Club and not make the debate stage, okay? They said Vivek destroyed the Breakfast Club.
Correct.
He made the debate stage.
He did.
Drop on a clues bomb for Vivek. Okay, happy for you. All right?
Larry didn't.
You come on now. Make the most of your opportunities. Stop doing that. Okay? That's my middle name. That's my daddy's name. You cut that out. All right? Stop that. That's very triggering. All right?
It's the finger point for me.
It is. My inner child still has triggers because of stuff like that. Say the bull. If you want to beat this system, Larry, you got to work. Those bootstraps ain't going.
Let me say something. I know a lot of times, especially, we was talking about Tim Scott on Jay Wilson's panel and everything. I feel like they need to take Tim Scott's black card. I don't care what nobody say. I think underneath that skin, it's a whole nother nationality, but that's just my opinion. Move forward. So let me say about him. This guy right here, when he found out, and this was allegedly, that's why I got my little thing rolling at the bottom. Allegedly, when he found out that morning that Obama had won, they said he went off. He put people out of the thing and everything because he just didn't like the fact that black man won. Okay. Now, the first time Obama won, I was happy because in my day and time, I saw something that my grandmother didn't. And she always said there will be a black in the White Office, in the biggest office there is. So when he won that night, I was like, all right. But when he didn't do nothing for us, and I know that's debatable, but when he didn't do really too much for us, and I know people say, well, really he couldn't, because had he tried to this, that, and the other, that sounds good, and it might even be true. Okay, I will go on record to say that, so don't at me. It might even be true, but no other president has a problem writing executive orders. Okay, as soon as the man that's mentally slow right now, allegedly, that when he got in office, he wrote all type of executive orders for people. We were still left out of that one. Okay, when the orange guy got in office, he wrote all type of executive orders. We was left out of that. See what I'm going with this? And like Jay Wilson said today, every nationality have gotten reparations but us. And people want to say, well, you have to do it individually. Everybody else didn't have to do it individually. And some of the people that was paid reparations, we wasn't even responsible for. It wasn't up to us to give them reparations. It wasn't up to the United States, but we paid them. So I kind of get mad about that when I hear people making excuses. Because if it had not been for us, He would have never got in both times. Don't you know people, black people, let me talk about us, was waiting for Obama. He could have said, all of my black Americans, especially my young Americans, I want you guys every first Saturday of the month and every third Saturday of the month to go out and do some cleaning up of your neighborhood. Go pick up trash and go cut some yards. We want you to do something to improve your neighborhood. I'm asking all of my black Americans. He could have said that because black people, we was double dutching. We was waiting for him to tell us what to do. We like, yeah, come on. We need you to tell us what to do. Come on, what we need. We're still waiting. That's all they were waiting for. The ghettos could have been turned around. The projects could have been turned around. The low-income black neighborhoods could have been turned around. Everybody was waiting for our marching orders. What you want us to do, black man? You in office right now. What you want us to do? Not one time. Not one time. Even if I give you this. Let's just say he couldn't give us reparations. He still could have gave us our marching orders, what we needed to do. So I'm not for giving nobody no apps when they could have did something different. And I know I'm saying it because I ain't never been president, never wanted to be. All I know is black people were waiting on marching orders from him. We finally seen something that our forefathers predicted. We're finally living in this era to where, hey man, just tell us to cut our yards. Because believe it or not, some people don't believe in cutting their own yards. You know, grass is high. He could have said, I want my gang banging brothers, any yards I see that needs to be cut, do it for free. My gang banging sisters, any pop bottles or trash that you see, do it for free. Every first and third Saturday of the month. Let's beautify our neighborhood. People. Anywho, Larry Elder, to me, my opinion. It's just my opinion. Y'all might agree with him, and that's why I love my butterflies over here. Y'all don't have to agree with me to be over here. You don't. I appreciate your own opinion. I appreciate how you see things. I got a brother, the YouTube brother named Dirk C. Williams. Dirk C. Williams mostly never agree with the Democrats at all. And I love his opinion. He comes over here and he drop his load in here and I'll be like, here he is. Here he is, Mr. Dirk C. Williams. Hey, Tracy, smooches. So yeah, I understand, you ain't gonna agree with me to be over here. That's what we call opinions. Okay? But y'all, this election is going to be grimy. It's going to be grimy. I'm praying. I really am because this one right here, yeah. And, I love when TC come over here too because, TC is somewhat connected to that life. And she can drop some jewels in the chat as well. And she sees things a little bit different than I do on some things. Most part we agree on some things, not so much, but I still value her opinion. That's why I say you don't have to agree with me to be over her. You just don't. Okay. Y'all, we just need to make sure whatever you choose what's right for you. I might tell you don't vote for the Democrats. But if the Democrats is what makes you feel good at night, then vote for them. I might tell you don't vote for Republicans. But if Republicans have your best interests at heart, then you vote for who has your best interests at heart. Okay. And that's basically what you got to do. You got to know that in the middle of the night, you can sleep because you made the best election ashore. And like I said, this man to me was dangerous. It's very Grammy, Tracy. And y'all, we need to make sure that we do what we can for the future generation. Now, some of these some of these teenagers and young adults really, really crazy. Absolutely. Absolutely, y'all. And, you know, I see that a whole lot of this started when they took one, prayer out of school. I don't care what you say. And two, when they start tying the hands of the parent. Talking about, no, you can't whoop your child. You can't spank your child. You're going to jail. Because these kids start getting this indignation. And they start saying, well, if you hit me, I'm going to call 911. My oldest son, Lord knows, he tried that. I whooped his butt. He walked out of the house. He called 911. Cops pulled up and everything. And I had called my husband and told my husband, your son walked out of this house after I whooped him. He said he's tired and blah, blah, blah. My husband's like, I'm on my way. Okay. Now, it didn't, I don't think my son thought about that because my husband worked 3 minutes away from where we lived at. I mean, literally like 3 minutes. So while the cops was out there, and my husband pulled up, he shook the cop's hand and everything, says my son, you know, all this. And so they seen my son at the corner. So cop told him, come on down here and everything. Cop told him, I'm not going to take you away from here because you got a good family. I done talked to your mother. I'm talking to your daddy. You got a good family, so I ain't going to take you away from her. He said, I'm going to be honest with you. I told them they can, by law, whoop you, but they can't leave no marks. Y'all should have saw my son's face. He just knew he wasn't going. And my husband looked at him like, you know, now I'm going to whoop you. I'm going to turn you up because you done called the cops on my wife because you were wrong. Honey, who? And cop said, you need to see how many young adults that don't have parents who care about them. He said, this ain't this issue. He said, so shook my husband's hand again and said, y'all be blessed, and drove off. My husband stood there and looked at my son and said, let's go. Y'all, you should have seen his face because he already know. Like my husband had a way, he would take that belt. He was like Zorro with that belt. He would like come from Michigan all the way through Indiana, come back around through Alabama, through Kentucky and cacao. And I mean, I don't know how he did it, but that man, no. 3 good licks from him, you don't ever want to whoop him again. Me, I might try to knock you upside your head because I'm going to get tired with this belt and I'm just going to box you. Let's just get it over with. But I'm telling y'all, when my son realized that he could still get a whooping, he stopped all that. He's like, honey, who? Them straight A's start coming back in again because he was smelling himself, you know. Straight A's start coming back in again and everything. Oh, yeah, okay. Now you my son. Now you back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Let me see. All I know, they say if you keep doing the same thing over and over again and expect different results, you're insane. We as Black people have been voting Democrat for over 50 years and nothing has changed. Well. Let me see what time it is because I gotta go get my food, TC. I gotta go get my food. Let me see. I'm gonna have to do another one because I'm almost out of time. You know, any other time I drop it and let you come up, you know. But I'm gonna have this conversation again, honey. I'm gonna have it again because we need to hear from TC. So I hope she come up again. Not long. Okay. All right. Here we go. Hold on. Hold on, y'all. There we go. Ooh, 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 ooh. Did I do it on the right one? No, I did it on the wrong channel. On the wrong computer, I mean. There you go. Oh, okay. Invite. My bad. Let me try to do this again. Hold on. Copy. Hold on. Here we go. There we go. The one at the bottom. So yeah, y'all. We have to yeah. And shout out to all my new subbies. Smooches to y'all. Yes. Thank you so much. Yeah, because I ain't playing. Them rib tips got my name on it. With my name on it. Oh, and I'm going to come back. I ain't going to eat them yet. I'm going to take me a shower. Okay? Not a shower. A shower. Put my pajamas on. Put my head thing on my hair. And I'm going to get over here on this couch. And put feet up on my out of the button and eat my stuff and watch out as many movies as I can before I pass out. What's going on, sissy?
Hey, what's going on, my sis? Happy New Year. Happy everything, happy everything to you and your subbies.
You too, babes. What's going on with you?
Listen, I know you're getting ready to try to get your stuff. And hey, 300, I see some people in the chat and all that kind of good stuff. I see Sheila, Tracy, everybody. I just want to say this. I want to just talk about I agree with you on Larry Elder. He's the biggest deflector ever. If he could be a stop sign or one of them little blinking lights, he would make more money that way, because that's really where he deserves to be. That's where he really needs to be. But here's the thing. I just want to say reparations. We have to be very careful about reparations, and I'm not saying that they're being careful about it. I'm saying we as regular folks have got to be careful. Here's why. Because everybody, when we get reparations, everybody gonna be black. Why? Because everyone has subscribed to and continue to think about, continue to push and promote this 1% black blood, everybody black.
Okay.
Okay,
that's true. That's true.
You understand? Now here's the thing. I see my baby in the house, Creole butterfly. That's my baby, just Krista. That's my boo right there.
Hey, Krista, girl. Go ahead.
Yeah. So we have to be very, very, very mindful. Okay. Everybody's gonna be black. Because when the Indians got their reparations, there were quite a few people. I'm Washita, I'm Wichita, I'm whatever Tata, and all that stuff. Everybody became American Indian, okay? All of that. So here's what I say. The reparations are on like 5 different levels. There's different levels of reparations. Number 1, you're absolutely correct. The government should and needs to, and this country won't be anything until the government also apologizes to us.
Right.
But there's some other ways in the meantime, in between time. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Praise the Lord. Because God always make a way. He make a way out of no way. And black women, if anything, black women understand that we have to make a way out of no way sometimes. So what he has made a way at is this. Go and get the families. So when I found out and when I studied it, I was like, I've been telling people about it and things of that nature. And of course, in terms of, if you know that family, because I know you, because I seen that picture of your grandfather, sis. Yeah. that's my, listen, when me and my baby, Just Krista, go to Kentucky, I want to meet him. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Because he knows some things. He knows where the dead bodies are buried. He knows some people, places, and things. You understand?
Absolutely.
So if y'all got grandparents and great grandparents and some parents that are still alive, first of all, love on them. Numero uno, if you can, love on them. Okay, go visit them wherever they are, because they have stuff in their memory stored, and they have the information. So I got with my great aunt. And she had the Bibles. And of course, if y'all got Bibles, 'cause I know a lot of folk don't believe, I get it. However, the Bibles are in a court of law. Hallelujah.
Yeah.
You can take that as proof. Understand?
Come on.
Okay. All right. So you take your Bibles in. I had bill of sales. I had bill of sales of family that was sold, my family, that was sold in Charleston, North Carolina Charleston, South Carolina into North Carolina. Hallelujah. Got that information. Okay. You understand? And everything now is where it's supposed to be. It's documented. You got microfiche. You have all kind of stuff. It's there. So go get those families and make them, because they all in trust. See, they all have trusts. So you don't ever really know who the families are that are today still reaping the benefits of your great, great, great grandparents. Everybody in the chat, great, 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 great grandparents of their labor. You understand? Because when things are in trust, that's why I always tell us, put things in trust. You can't really knock it on. You can't really open that seal unless you have to go to court. Okay. Now, yes. So I just want to say that the people who have Breyer's ice cream, those are the people. Some of them were people who, enslaved some of my people. I so very well. I love to eat Breyer's ice cream because I feel like I'm getting my money's worth from them, because we're getting our money's worth back from them. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
And many of you have had your families enslaved by people who have big major corporations.
Yes.
They living right up under you. So all I'm saying is, sis, I'm with you. The government owes us. Hello.
Mhm.
Africa owes us.
Yes.
Europe owes us.
Come on.
Okay, because when they transitioned over here, before they got here, there was a transition period. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Now, and number 4, of course, the family in which, and also North Carolina Insurance Company. So most of the insurance companies, because we have bounties on our head.
Right.
Yes, ma'am. Right. Straw man. Oh, straw man. We have bounties on our head, y'all, to this day. So sometimes, only thing, the doctor says, oh, give me your social security number. They write a prescription and stuff gets paid for. Why? How? Why? Where did money come from?
Right.
How? Oh, okay. So, yeah. And I'm just saying, we have to be very strategic before the government issues the reparations to African Americans. That's how come ADOS is really having like a lot of different issues, because they're like, African descent, those of African descent, blah, 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 all of that kind of stuff. And we all know that a lot of our records have been were destroyed.
Destroyed. Yep.
You understand what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, I want to see our people get it. We gonna get it. But I want to see the people that need it and that deserve it really get it.
Come on.
Okay. Now, and if I see some people that don't, I'm gonna air them out on social media and or otherwise. Okay. Hallelujah. Okay. For real. And that's what I wanted to say. And we'll talk about, because I want to definitely get into politics, because I'm in a very political city, as you know, and I wanted to run it down, because I do think that it's very, very important to have black men and women at the table, because we say here in Creole Butterfly, at where you are, if you're not at the table, then you're on the menu.
You're on the menu. That's
okay.
it.
So yeah, I just wanted to say that, because I wanted you're having these discussions and I see you getting out there. Congratulations to you. Congratulations to your the new epiphany of your channel, and I really appreciate it, and I appreciate everybody who's supporting you.
Thank you.
If you don't mind, can I give a shout out to my baby's channel? Yes. If you don't mind?
Yeah.
At Just Krista, y'all, at Just Krista. My baby and I, we're doing like couples relationship type of things, and just having fun every day, Monday through Friday. Usually today we're going to have off because we've been so busy, because life is lifing. Hallelujah. Yeah. Life is lifing, y'all. So when you need to take a break, a mental health break, just a break, go ahead and take it, and love on your loved ones. Love on somebody. Love on a tree. Go out there and say to the tree, I love you, tree. God,
Right.
God, you okay? All of that. So, and love on them ribs or whatever it is that you
Rib
ordered, my
tips,
sister.
girl. Rib tips.
Okay,
Yes.
okay, because love on that hog and that pig. Because hey, this is Black History Month. Stop playing, y'all who want to get real bougie with it. Okay, I ain't say eat pig every day. I'm just
Right.
saying that you know where from whence we came, and trust me, had it not been for that hog and that pig, a lot of our ancestors wouldn't have made it through, and a lot of our ancestors, and therefore we wouldn't be here today as the descendants.
Okay.
Okay, so let's stop playing with blase to the blizzard. I get it. I know when I eat me too much bacon, I know my blood pressure goes. Whoo, okay, I get it. So I have to
Okay.
calm. I have to calm down. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. And so anyway, come over and see us. 300. It's great to see you, my HBCU brother, and we'll talk some more
Okay, babe.
Creole. Thank you so
Okay.
much. Come and see us, okay? At
I
Just
am.
Krista. She's right in the chat. So thank y'all.
You're welcome. Thank
All right.
you.
All right. And are you having a challenge? Because we always mention the challenges. So I'm not really sure. Were you
Well,
having a
I'm gonna announce it. I'm going to announce it now.
Oh, okay, okay, good. Because if you don't mind, we're gonna mention it, on our, in our, on our, on our
Okay.
channel.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Thank
I-
y'all.
All right. So I'm gonna be listening. I'm getting down. Everybody,
Okay.
reparations, reparations. Everybody owes us. Okay.
Come on.
Hallelujah. Bye
Come
bye.
on. Bye
Peace.
bye. I love me some TC, y'all. I do. Just Krista. Hey, boo. Okay, so check this out. I have announced that I am postponing the comedy challenge. One, I didn't get emails on people who want to be a part of it. I just heard that there were some people that wanted to be a part of it. So what happened was I got an invite to go to a church that was used in the underground. Hold on, y'all. Sorry. How rude. I got invited to go to a church that was used in the Underground Railroad. Also to meet, let me read this. Hold on. I'm gonna tell you who I get to meet tomorrow. Hold on. Hold on. Okay. I get to meet tomorrow the first black chemist. I'm sorry, the first black female chemist of Brown and Williamson. I get to meet the first entrepreneur on something else. She's a female. I get to meet her. Also, I get to meet her necessities. Two black young entrepreneurs, female, that has came up with her necessities. I get to meet them tomorrow. I also get to meet uh somebody by the name of Kirby Green. I also get to meet Linda Button. All this female black power tomorrow. I get to meet and at a historical underground railroad site. Like they got a plaque and everything that the underground railroad was going through there, and that's where they hid people and all of that. I cannot miss that, y'all. I can't miss that. So I will be there tomorrow. So I said, well, you know what? Since that's maybe a once in a lifetime thing, I got to have my face in the place, especially since I was invited. I don't know what God is doing, but whatever He's doing with me, I thoroughly appreciate it. I really, really do. He's actually positioning me in different places, y'all, to, I don't know what He's doing, but whatever He's doing, I'm open to it, right? So I just wanted to let y'all know that we will still have the comedy challenge, but it will be later on, probably in April. That way it's not bumping heads with any other thing. Now, next, okay, thank you, Auntie. The other thing is not tomorrow, but next Saturday, me and the Real Life with Anthony McNeil will have our adultathon again on this channel. We will be talking about fetishes, okay? Also, there will be somebody that's a professional with adult toys that's going to come over here and show 5 different adult toys for women and men, and show how it works. Also, and give you a price just in case there's something you into. Okay, y'all know I talk about everything over here, so please don't put me in a box. Yes, I'm a minister, but I am smart enough to know that that's how I got here, was doing sex. That's how you got here. Okay, So we will have that as next Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Me and the Real Life with Anthony McNeil, as well as a special guest. We are calling it our Adultathon Fantasy Party. Okay, so have your face in the place. Okay. All right. So now, y'all, I got to get out of here because I gotta go get them tips. Man, I'm on them tips. Okay. I'm on them tips. I don't normally eat pork like that, but I have not had rib tips since September. So I think I can do it. And I didn't eat no meat yesterday. I'm really not a meat eater no more, but I didn't eat any meat yesterday. I ate me some sauteed spinach with a couple of boiled eggs cut up in it. And when I tell you I snorted that food down, it was so good. I was mad I didn't get 2 boxes of spinach instead of 1. So anywho, y'all, I had to do that. So shout out to everybody who's in my chat. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for gracing me with your face. I appreciate you guys. Hopefully I can record a little bit tomorrow and upload it while I'm in greatness. Because when you in greatness, you really don't be trying to record. I be trying to soak all that stuff in, y'all. And I be like, oh shoot, why didn't I get that footage for my page? But sometimes, it's best to be listening instead of be trying to record. Because sometimes when you try to record, you be done missed out on something. You be like, what she say? And you don't want to bother people because they're like, why ain't you listening? Also, I'm going to try to get my cousins. Have y'all heard of the Brown Brothers? The Brown Brothers, Brouro, women, Borough Brothers. It's a new liquor. If you haven't, go Google it. Those are my kin people. Okay. And so I'm trying to get them to let me into their distillery so I could show y'all, because their distillery is in Louisville. It's in the West End where Black people are dominant. They didn't take it away from her. Just to think that liquor is made in a little bitty place. Y'all, when I tell you, I don't want to tell too much, but God bless y'all and y'all endeavor. Shout out to Just Kimmy for saying that, and everything. So I appreciate you guys. I was making oxtails okay now, but I love y'all and there's nothing you can do about it. And remember, no matter what the test, always do your best. And here's a kiss from me to you. Mwah. Smooches.